At first glance, the wizarding world divides itself neatly into two distinct camps. On one side, you have Gryffindor, championing visible courage, sacrifice, and the instinct to charge headfirst into danger. On the other side, you have Slytherin, operating through calculated survival, raw ambition, and plotting in the shadows. The books consistently frame these ideologies as absolute, mortal enemies locked in a generational feud. But when you map out the mechanics of the story's biggest moments, you find a distinct pattern. The heroes don't win through bravery alone, and the villains don't rise through ambition alone. Time and time again, progress requires both houses working together. What if the entire Harry Potter series secretly depended on an alliance that was never supposed to exist? If that alliance is real, the moral architecture of Hogwarts falls apart. Power and victory in this universe aren't awarded the purest house, but to those who combine the strengths of both. Throughout the series, the traits of a single house rarely seem sufficient to resolve a crisis. Bravery without a plan often leads to disaster, just as strategy without a moral compass leads to corruption. Take the most obvious Gryffindor in the story. Everyone perceives Harry Potter as brave, impulsive, and constantly willing to sacrifice himself. A Venn diagram shows Gryffindor and Slytherin traits as overlapping circles, with Harry in the middle. The Sorting Pot sensed his resourcefulness and talent for strategic rule-breaking, tricking Umbridge into the Forbidden Forest, infiltrating the Ministry, Gringotts, and Hogwarts. These are deeply cunning operations. The same pattern applies to Albus Dumbledore. He projects the warmth of a grandfatherly Gryffindor headmaster, but underneath that facade operates a manipulative, long-term strategic mind. When Severus Snape accuses Dumbledore of raising Harry like a pig for slaughter, he exposes the reality of the headmaster's plan. Dumbledore secures his ultimate victory through ruthless calculation. While luck and ancient magic certainly play their parts, these victories are often made possible by a specific internal balance, the ability to pair a hero's heart with a strategist's mind. Snape may be the single strongest piece of evidence for the Gryffindor-Slytherin alliance theory. On the surface, he embodies Slytherin, guarded, ambitious, and obsessed with self-preservation. Yet his defining act is living for years as a double agent under constant threat of discovery. He does this for love and loyalty, acts requiring immense Gryffindor courage. Voldemort sits on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. He possesses pure ambition without a shred of compassion, and intense intelligence without any willingness to sacrifice himself. By isolating those Slytherin traits, he becomes lethal, but also entirely blind to the forces that will defeat him. The final victory at the Battle of Hogwarts requires every contrasting quality firing at once. Slughorn arrives with reinforcements, Snape's hidden loyalty comes to light, and Harry walks willingly toward his own death. Traits are morally neutral tools. Isolating them creates a dangerous obsession. Combining them offers a path to salvation. We see this dynamic built directly into the house mascots. The lion represents visible, open strength, while the serpent represents hidden intellect. Across real-world mythologies, you find these exact creatures paired together, acting as complementary forces of heart and mind, rather than opposing enemies. The series uses this context to warn against treating personality traits as rigid tribal identities. That warning pays off in the controversial epilogue, when Harry tells Albus Severus Potter that being sorted into Slytherin would be okay. He finally understands that the colors on your robes do not determine your morality. Your choices do. This dynamic reflects the complexities of our own nature. We aren't static characters defined by a single label. We're constantly shifting between the need for bold action and the requirement for patient, difficult compromise. The lasting appeal of Hogwarts isn't finding out which single box you belong in. It's learning how to master all the conflicting parts of yourself. If you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a like and subscribe for more hidden lore.